Over the years, I've struggled with chest development that I feel is worth the effort that I've put in, and being able to bring it up to a level that I feel matches what I would expect and brings it alongside what I'm hoping for in conjunction with the rest of my physique. Now, I feel like I've found the answer to at least my problem and have made substantial progress in that area, and I'm hoping that some of the things I have to share with you will help you as well in your journey. Now, it's not because I didn't like chest training or something felt off or I couldn't get it to feel like it was doing the right thing or the exercises were bothering me. I actually really enjoy training chest. It's one of my favorite muscle groups to train. But I think my problem in particular is that for some reason, my chest just requires a little bit of a different approach to training and maybe just needs a little bit more volume and effort and time to build up than the other muscles that I have been comparing it to. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some of the top exercises that I find have been very helpful for me in developing my chest, and we're focusing primarily on the use of dumbbells as I don't have much else to access, but if you have barbell bench press, it's a great option, and there are definitely some machines that I find have value, and when I have the opportunity, I do use them, but you can do pretty much everything with body weight and dumbbells, and we're gonna go through some of those today and discuss how to target the different areas of your chest should you need to. Now I say should you need to because there's a study that was done recently that showed that incline bench press not only targets the upper chest muscles, but also equally targets the middle and lower pecs compared to a flat bench press. Yes, you get everything and more when you swap from a flat bench to an incline bench. So it should come as no surprise that the first exercise on my list that is a must do is an incline bench exercise. And we're gonna show you that and demonstrate a few of the important features with that. But I'm also going to share with you a couple other exercises that might help if you're specifically trying to target your lower chest region as well. And so we're going to get into that in a little bit. Now, first of all, you might be wondering how much of an incline should you do for your incline press? Well, you might want to start with a more gradual slope and then increase it a little bit depending on your comfort level. But I'm going to demonstrate something to you first that might help you decide what might be the best approach for you. If you lay flat on the ground or on the bench and put something, whether it's your hand or your phone, something flat and firm on your sternum, that bone between your chest muscles there, and you look at the slant or lack of a slant there, it'll help to tell you if you have a flat sternum or an inclined or declined, whichever way you're looking at it, sternum. And when you look at your sternum, mine is slightly slanted down. So if you think about it, my chest is in a declined position. And so a flat bench is going to bias towards the middle and lower pec muscles more so than somebody with a flat sternum, as they would be in a more level position and they might get a little bit more upper pec activation. So why that is of importance to me is it tells me that I might want to focus more on a slightly higher incline position for my incline press so that it puts my sternum into a more of an incline position, whereas if I just did a very subtle incline, it might actually make it more like a flat bench press. Now I did start off with a very gradual 15 to 20 degree incline to help me sort of start getting used to that more inclined position, but now the position that I prefer using is approximately a 30 degree incline, and I feel like that puts more emphasis on my upper chest muscles. So this is definitely something you want to play with and test out and find what you feel works best for you. You're going to want to lock your shoulders and your shoulder blades in the back and downward position and try to initiate the motion with your chest muscles and avoid allowing your shoulders to rotate up and in, because that will start to bias towards your shoulder muscles. And you'll want to avoid letting your elbows get too close to your body because that will start to put more emphasis on the triceps instead of the chest. And then you want to bring the dumbbells down as low as you can, either touching your shoulders or the inner aspect of your chest, right there, wherever seems to feel the most comfortable to you, but allowing your chest to open up and stretch the pecs muscles as much as possible, making sure to slow down and control that bottom portion of the rep before pushing back up, and then again coming down slowly and in control. I recommend trying lower weight and higher rep sets, as well as high weight and lower rep sets with more intense effort put into it, it and see what works best for you, or maybe even doing a combination of the two. You can also play around with drop sets to intensify the sets or as a final way to burn out the chest at the end, or you can use push-ups or decline push-ups at the end of each set as well. Really quick before we move on, if you're enjoying this video or you found it helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more, or go check out a couple other videos before you subscribe. And in the comments below, let me know your favorite chest exercise, and let me know what your experience has been with developing your chest, if it's been a challenge for you or has come naturally. Now, it can also be helpful to have some sort of fly motion, whether that be with dumbbells, with a band, although the resistance profile is not perfect, with cables if you have access to them, or a machine if you have access to them, because it's a great way to isolate the pec muscles and make sure you're really focusing on that mind-muscle connection and that stretch, which you can focus on more intensely when you're using lighter weights with maybe a machine in particular, because there's that stability there as well, and get that really deep stretch focusing on the muscles you're targeting, whether that be specifically the incline or the upper chest or just the chest as a whole, and making sure that you're really putting a lot of that effort through the chest and not worrying about the other muscles taking over or reducing the amount of effort that your chest is doing. So for the dumbbell fly, you have them starting straight up above you, and then you slowly lower them to the side, and you let your elbows bend slightly as you come down. Now, if you feel like you have to bend them too much, you might be using too much weight, but you want to allow yourself to come down as low as possible to put as much stretch on the pecs as you can. You can do this in a flat bench or an incline bench, and this is a great way to isolate the pecs and put more focus on the tension in the chest without having to worry about other muscles compensating. And it's something you can do in addition to bench press because it's less taxing on the body. Now, you can also do a crossover, preferably a cable crossover if you have access to the machine. You could do a resistance band crossover as well, but the resistance profile being less tension at the stretch position and more tension at the flex position is less ideal, but it can be a good way to add a little bit of extra training volume to your chest, and it is again very focused and isolated to the chest with less systemic fatigue. And you can also do it from a downward to upward position so that you are targeting the upper chest as well. My favorite way to do a fly would be with a machine because it is much more stable and you can control the weights a lot better, the positioning and the form a lot better, and it can be a great way to isolate your pecs. And lastly, if with doing all of this, you're not really seeing the chest development that you would like, and you feel like you need to work specifically on your lower chest, any type of pushing motion that is going in the downward relative to the horizontal is going to put more emphasis on the lower chest. Now, if you're doing cable flies, you can do them from above and come downward like that to work on your lower chest. Or if you have a way of doing dips like I have here with my dip and pull-up bar, you can do dips and slightly incline or slightly lean your body forward, which I'll show you, to put yourself in the optimal position for the chest muscles to contract. This can be a great exercise to do at the end of a workout. You can also weight it by putting dumbbells between your legs or using some sort of waistband to tie up the weight around your waist, and that can help to increase the load. It's also a great way to burn out at the end of your chest and tricep days if you do those together, or if you do them separate, you can just do them on those days as well, because it does engage a lot of triceps. But if you keep your body upright more, that's going to activate the triceps more. So I really hope that this video has been helpful for you. Let me know in the comment section below what you've tried or what might be of something you might implement for yourself, and I hope to see you in the next video.